Welcome to historic Nippert Stadium in Cincinnati. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Colorado Buffaloes and the Cincinnati Bearcats. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, I caught up with the Bearcats head coach before the game. He understands coming off that emotional upset win against the #1 team in the country last week could add a lot of fuel to their fire, but he does not want them focused on that. If they're focused on what they did last week, they won't be locked in and do their job this week. Worry about yourself is the advice that this team got from their head coach this week. Back to you guys.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Buffaloes will kick off first, and here we go. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll run this play from the pistol. Keeps it moving, it's Perry. Gets some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's French. That's caught, it's Perry. Getting behind those pads and behind a stiff arm to get it out to the 27. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
And the Bearcats with the 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Perry. And he's brought down after a short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Keeps it on the ground. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires to the tight end. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Finds his man, it's Gibson. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
And the Bearcats in a good spot here with 2nd and short. On the draw, it's Perry. They make the tackle, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the 1st down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's French. Moving out to the right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
That's the danger as a defense when you play man coverage, is that if the quarterback decides to scramble, there may not be anybody there to make a tackle right away. You obviously want to take care of everything on the back end, and with these receivers, you got to get them locked down. But if you're the D coordinator here, you got to...
Into the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it up with a touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. Fielded in the end zone, it's Perry. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here's Lewis to throw. Out wide left, it's Welch. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Play fake, Lewis. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you got to secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
3rd down from the gun, Lewis. Caught. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Right side, it's Welch. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup.
And I think great offenses find a way to get their playmakers the football in space. Nice job designing the wheel route. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. Nice route. Nice catch by the running back.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Lewis. Left side, it's Danzy. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
Will, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
All over him immediately.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Quick give. It's Welch. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another 1st down. And the Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Lewis. Out wide right, it's Welch. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And I think they found a matchup they like, man. This running back has been a problem out of the backfield. Like, we know he can run it, but the matchups now, who's going to cover him? Is it a linebacker? Is it a safety? Right now, this offense, they found something with him catching the football out of the backfield, and they just keep going back to it.
They put the brakes on him.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. And guys, sometimes even as much as you hate penalties, at least it was one of effort. They backed up 2nd and goal. The handoff, fighting off the defender. Down he goes.
This is the most important part of the field. What you did to get down here means nothing. Nice job by this defense, staying confident, staying aggressive, and forcing a 3rd down and goal.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. We've reached the break. Cincinnati is on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. Intercepted and he's got a convoy with it. Inside the 50.
I love the defense's approach on this drive. They didn't panic. They gave up some yards, but what did they do? They forced a 3rd down, a predictable situation, played great discipline, broke on the football, and forced the big interception.
Sells the run, looking to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. Using his legs, it's Perry. Only able to pick up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Third and long, a lot of ground to cover. To the air, it's French. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And it's no good. He missed it. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. The give to the lone running back. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter and space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
And these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Out wide left, it's Welch. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bearcats offense out there to go on the attack. Last time they had it, the long missed field goal ended the drive. The idea, get a little deeper in plus territory this time around. The give. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped in Italy, first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Might as well give it to him again. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I think the coaches sort of got together and decided, hey, on this drive, we're going to establish the run. We're going to be more physical. First 2 plays of the drive are run plays, and both have had success. The players have gotten the message very, very clearly. We have got to come out here, and we've got to win the line of scrimmage.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that's a really good job by this defense, a complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Long way to go on second down. Moves the pocket. It's French. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. Discards him with the stiff arm. What a return there. Found a little running room and put his team in great position. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Here's Lewis to throw. Back's got it on the screen. Breaks into the open. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Well, look, I know this guy's not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. It's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Lewis to throw. Right side, it's Moore. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Hit and dropped in his tracks. It'll be a loss of 6.
I love DBs that want to tackle, and they get an opportunity to look like heroes on these outside toss plays. Physical play by the corner there, getting the ball carried down behind the line of scrimmage.
Takes a shot at the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Throwing. Lewis fires to the right. It's caught downfield. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
And, man, that 3rd down changes this decision completely, right? Like getting a big chunk of yards, making it 4th and short. Now it's a true decision. I think you were just thinking about getting half of this, maybe setting up a field goal. Now you got a chance to be aggressive. Let's see what they do here on offense.
Down, and a field goal's not going to help much. They'll try to keep the drive alive by converting here. Now on the move. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down, and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
Well, I don't think the defense was expecting run on that last 4th and 2 play. Good job by the offense keeping them off balance with that play call.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Lewis misses badly on that one. 2nd and long here. Lewis wants to pass. They'll run the screen. Picked up 8 yards there, 3rd down and 2.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Lewis from the gun on 3rd down. Back open in the middle. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be 1st and goal.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
And as we get deep in this first half, a 1st and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Buffs! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They marched 56 yards to the end zone. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up, and it's because of that awesome kickoff return.
And the extra point is good. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking for room. It's Welsh. Stopped right there.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And the Buffaloes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They give it to him again. They'll find a little bit of running room there. It'll be third down as the clock runs before the half.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
They'll run it. Enough to move the chains. He'll have enough for the first down. They'll maintain possession. We'll see if they're happy enough just to let the clock run out. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we knew this would be a telling week, and Week 12 has not disappointed. Let's get you updated right away. We begin with the Northwestern Wildcats, taking on the number 16 team, the Minnesota Golden Gophers.
The Bearcats will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Perry. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Holds on, it's Atkins. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
I know he's got the height and weight of a tight end, but, man, the way he runs routes and how good he is with the ball in his hands, it just reminds you of a wide receiver. He's so athletic. This is a guy that has a basketball background in high school, and you see it pan out. Every time he has the football, he just looks like the best athlete on the field for a big guy. Very, very unique.
He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one. The Buffaloes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. got 5 yards on the play, 2nd and 5 coming.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
Motion from the back. Here's Lewis to throw. He uncorks one deep. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Takes a handoff. It's Welch. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose one on the play.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
Lewis to throw. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Bearcats. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And that's one the quarterback would love to have back. At this point of the game, it's tight on the scoreboard. If that guy's not open, nothing's there. You got to throw that thing away, or you got to tuck it and run, take a sack, live to play another down. That's a decision the quarterback wishes he had back.
Yeah, because you're so frustrated because you're in a position to get points. And right when you start getting down their ball, they talk to you all the time. Don't give away points. Make sure you're smart with the football. Don't try to do too much. He tries to do too much. He pays for it, and the defense takes it all the way back to the end zone.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Perry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
And the Buffaloes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here's some daylight. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They give it back to him. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. pulls it back. Unloads to the wideout. Left side is Coleman Williams. He's into the open down the middle. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets a block. Got a little room. They eventually chase him down, but what a spectacular return that almost went all the way. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the...
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats! The AT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time, and they back it up here.
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Snags it, and he's open. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Play action with Lewis. Look out! Got a man in the middle. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. And the Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Sells the run, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Cuts it upfield. It's Clinton. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. The run inside. It's Taylor. And they make the stop just short of the line to gain. Inches to go. It'll be 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. Fourth down, Lewis. Drilled as he throws, and they stop him on fourth down with the heat.
Love the coverage on defense there. Fourth down, they were ready for the pass. You saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play, and now their offense is coming on the field.
First play of the drive comes from the 22. On the delay, it's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Play action on first down. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
You know, it's a good decision by the QB because his intended target wasn't open, so throw it out of bounds, and you can live to play another day here on this drive.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Takes the handoff, it's Payne.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on third and long from the 41. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Bearcats will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Turning it on! And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Can't get him to the ground. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first down. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Sports across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. You just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Hits inside, it's Taylor. Taken down. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. Out wide left, it's Taylor. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Calls his own number. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down.
And you see this so much in college football, man. Now, short yard situations, you give it to your QB, you get the extra blocker, and it's just really hard to stop, man, because he still is a thrower, and there's still that threat. But nice job being physical on the line of scrimmage by this offense.
Oh, they had the screen all set up on first down, and he couldn't make the catch.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
Throwing, Lewis. He lets it fly. Upstairs, he's got it. Touchdown, Colorado. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Ready to try the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bearcats offense heads out to get things started on this drive. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure. Caught, and he's got room. Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. The Bearcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. There he goes. An explosive run, and he gets it all the way up to the 50-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Gibson.
Winning first down is such a big deal on defense, like getting them in more predictable situations, more passing situations. Nice job not giving up a lot of run after contact on that first down.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Scanning the field, it's French. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
The handoff to Johnson. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Snowed under by the defense.
Aaron, I love this because you got second and really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get third and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down. Now you're set up for good success on third down.
Third down and 1, and this is why they call it a gut check. Trying to pick up a first down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Burrowing for yardage. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. The defense quickly calls a timeout, trying to save as much clock as possible. $1:57 left. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's good! Big 3 points to stretch the lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Lewis on the play action. Left side is Clinton. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
In this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get first downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Driven back.
Well, the offense is running towards the open grass, right? They're going toss play to the field, but way too much penetration defensively, forcing that tackle for loss.
Third and long coming up. From the gun on third down, Lewis. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
And this offense does not come up big. Man, you needed that first down. And listen, the communication with this offense and the execution has left a little bit to be desired, and especially in a big moment right here when you had to have a score and you had to have the fourth down conversion.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. Defense still with a couple of timeouts. They can force the issue, make the offense snap it again as they take a knee on this one. Third play of the drive, and they need to make something happen here on third and long. one thing to execute early in the game. Tie ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that